Hello there everyone, my name is Clink and welcome back to Dark Souls. So last time we went through the Duke's Archives and today we're pretty much just going to finish it up by going through this field and we're going to kill Seath. It's going to be a good time. I was going to kindle the bonfire, but since I'd gone back to Firelink, I already have 10 Estus anyway, which is pretty nice. Yeah, once you freed Logan, you can find him sitting in this dark corner.
Hello there. I was expecting you. This place is truly magnificent, more than expected even. As promised, I shall share the new sorceries with you, and the secret of Seath's immortality.
So yeah, this time there's no barrier. We can just purchase all of his spells. So all the good stuff is going to be here. So Crystal Soul Spear, Magic Weapon, like I mentioned, all the crystal stuff. If you want to buy these, go on ahead and do so. Once you kill Seath, he will also sell the White Dragon's Breath. If you buy all of his spells, he will actually move to where we first encountered Seath and will go hollow. And that will be the end of his quest line. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it, just because I'm not going to buy all the spells, but it is something worth pointing out anyways. And you can also get a Soul of a Great Hero up there. That's also a nice thing that you can get. Recoup some of those souls that you had to spend to get all those spells. I've got to admit, I haven't really talked about magic at all in this playthrough. And it's partially because I've never done a magic playthrough. Not all the way through, at least, of this game. A lot of people will tell you that magic in this game is easy mode. I personally have a harder time with it. Maybe it's just because I've played all of these games with melee weapons for the most part. But for me, at least, I had a really hard time balancing the amount of souls I needed to spend on spells, and I also had to level more stats on top of that to actually get the magic build going, and I wasn't used to the spell cast time, because quite a few of the good spells that do a lot of damage have a decently long casting time. Honestly, I think that there's almost as many drawbacks to the magic classes as there is the melee stuff. If you do better with like going at like if your reflexes aren't as good, maybe going with a magic build and figuring out how to stay back and cast spells is better for you. You can spend time getting souls to buy spells and whatnot. But if you're pretty good at getting in there, maybe you're good with shields and know when to block and when to not, and manage your stamina, melee weapons will be better for you. But you can, because honestly, if you know what to, like, if you have the right numbers, you can break the game with most builds. Like, I've honestly done disgusting amounts of damage to bosses, even with just the Claymore. If I got a great club, I would have smashed bosses even harder than I have been in this playthrough. You do the right infusion, you'll definitely be dealing damage, but I don't know, I feel like there's more drawbacks using magic than some people give credit for, but really wanted to kill this gold golem here to meet Siegmeyer.
It was you who rescued me.
Wait, that's not Siegmeyer.
Why, thank you. I am Siegland of Katarina. I don't know how I ended up in that crystal. It wasn't terrible in there, but I could hardly move. I must think of some way to repay you. Oh, have you seen my father? You wouldn't miss him. A suit of armor just like mine. Thank goodness. I knew he was here somewhere. Well then, now I must find him. Thanks again, truly. Now if we'll just stay put and keep out of trouble.
So yeah, Sieglind is searching for her dad, which is obviously Siegmeyer. I don't remember where she goes from here. I want to say Firelink Shrine. I'm going to have to double check on this. But eventually they should go to Lost Izalith, and there's some stuff we can do there to help them out. I think that's all she has to say, yeah. So we'll finish clearing out this field of these crystal golems, which are the same ones that we saw in Darkroot Basin that I avoided at the start of the game. And don't you worry, we're going to be going back to them soon enough to clear them out. I'm not going to leave them undone for too long. In fact, I might be doing that in the next video, because I do want to show that, and I want to get to the DLC, and I want to try to finish up any remaining quest line loose ends, but that's all that's really of interest. If you want to kill all of these guys, they're a pretty good way to farm for blue Titanite chunks. If you want to go for a magic enchanted weapon, magic or enchanted, I should say. Magic infused weapon would be more correct, I guess, but Yeah, let's head on into the Crystal Cave, home of Seath. Which, I like this area and how it looks. Mechanically, it leaves a bit to be desired. Honestly, my only big issue with it is the level geometry. Some of the collision on these platforms is actually awful, and it can be easy to slip off some of them, but other than that, I don't have like that many issues with this place. Its main mechanic is invisible walkways, which are actually pretty interesting, because there's this little like shimmer sound you can hear, and little snowflakes falling on the ground indicate that you can just walk across. And this message here is left by the developer. I'm playing offline, so you see a floating message, you think, huh, that had to get there somehow, and you can walk towards it. So it's not like you're completely in the dark. But this area right here is where why I say the level geometry is weird. I'm not moving myself to the right there, and I'm just dead, because I got knocked, and I can't do anything when I'm on the ground, so I'll be right back once I get back over there. Yeah, I'm close enough. So, also, the Moonlight Butterflies here, I mentioned before when we fought the boss one that Seath makes these, and this is where you can kind of see that. There's several of them. Let's roll under this guy this time. Okay. Maybe not. Still gonna get hit. Alright. You know what? It works. Yeah, you just like slip down here and you have to just squeeze your way over. But, something to point out right here, you can drop down, and you can drop down further. I honestly don't know what's down there. But you can go back here. There's some crystal lizards. Get some extra upgrade materials if you wish. There's a winding path here, so there's an invisible path that curves. It'll eventually take you to a blue titanite slab. If you want to get that, feel free to try. My recommendation is prism stones, which we did pick up a few of, and I haven't shown these at all, so I might as well show you what they do. They're essentially just an item to drop onto the ground. Very helpful for these invisible pathways to see if you're still on one. Like if you drop one and it falls off the edge, then you know that that is not part of the invisible walkway. So they can be kind of helpful. They have their uses, and they're kind of fun. Like I could make a pee-pee out of them, and that'd be funny, but it would also take 10 years. So, and looks like I've angered the Moonlight Butterfly. Sorry, I'll get out of your way. But yeah, we are pretty much at Seath. That like white light up ahead is going to be him. But first we got to deal with the clams that we saw in Ash Lake. Yeah, the Duke's Archives bonfire is the closest one, by the way, so you will have to run all the way back down here if you die to Seath. I will say Seath isn't the hardest boss, honestly, but I definitely still had a fair share of trouble with him on my first playthrough, so pretty understandable if you have to make the run back a couple times. But ooh, a purging stone. I forgot they can drop these. Which clam is up next? You are. Come on, buddy. If you have the Zweihander or the Great Club or anything with a pancake attack, it works wonders on these things. The Zweihander's pancake was honestly half the reason I was considering using it for this run originally, but I don't know, I just like the claymore more. I like regular greatswords when they're beneficial. Oh, I didn't even see that one back there, and he's coming. So we're gonna have to take care of this one before he gets here. Alright. Perfect. Where'd you come from? Excuse me? Where are they? Okay, here's one. I'm just gonna do some run and guns, in and outs. That will do the trick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Risk it. Okay. One more clam. Yeah, these guys can be kind of tough, but the main reason I'm fighting all of them is that they can actually enter the boss arena, since the boss fog won't show up till we get fairly far into the boss arena. So I recommend killing them all, at least for this first attempt. If you die and have to come back, just run past them all. But here we go. time for Seath the Scaleless, which I actually meant to check if he's weak to something, but he's a dragon. They're usually weak to lightning, so that should work, right? Hope so. I probably should have talked to Logan more, but Seath is immortal. We couldn't damage him the first time, and that's because of this crystal, but once you break it, he is no longer immortal, so it is time to slam and jam with Seath. He really doesn't have that many attacks. He has a few things that he can do with his legs here. Most of his attacks are just going to be him firing lasers that will spew crystals all over the place, and that's about it. So this is the tail attacks, and they really hurt. So do be careful about those. Probably best to stay in front of him and let him do the crystal lasers. But they can kind of end up jipping you a little bit, and they build up curse, so you kind of got to be careful for that. But like I said, for the most part, this isn't too bad. I usually don't actually get hit by these this much, I think. I'll just back off to avoid the curse. He has one that I think goes out in like every single direction. And then you can cut off his tail, by the way. It's very, very difficult to do so, but down he falls. That's it. That is your battle against Seath. Not the hardest fight ever, but he definitely can have a few bumps in the road on a first playthrough. And that is all 4 of the lords defeated, and I do believe every single base game boss, so not a ton remaining. Like I said, though, the DLC is going to take a few videos to get through. It's not the longest DLC in the Soul series, but it is still very substantial, and I absolutely love it. I don't know, because I really do like Elden Ring's DLC. It's so big and there's so much to it, but this one is just so condensed and packed with good stuff. But let's go to actually see Solaire. I really wanted to show that. So I think I will go to the Daughter of Chaos so I can show where Solaire's final spot is. Since we don't have a ton left to do, but I'm gonna spend the next part just getting to the DLC and wrapping up any loose ends. But I will meet you guys over at the long hallway so that we can make our way over to Solaire. Alright, I actually managed to successfully jump over here this time so we can get this item. I think it's a, yeah, Soul of a Brave Warrior. Nothing crazy, but I wanted to get it anyway, and this is going to be risky, but we'll do it anyways. So yeah, since we opened the door, and we killed all the sunlight maggots beforehand, Solaire should just be sitting over here chilling out with the other sunlight maggots. And what just took some damage over there? Yeah, here he is. Hey, buddy.
Was it all a lie? Have I done this all for nothing? Oh, my dear son. What now? What should I do? My son. My dear, dear son. Was it all a... Oh, my...
Yeah, I believe that's his final location. He will not die. He'll stay alive. If you want to, you can summon him for the final boss as well. I don't... No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll take on the final boss alone, but it is there if you want it. Yeah, I do want to show this as well, because we're also gonna need to go over here anyways, because we're gonna be continuing Siegmeyer's quest line, and this can be the final step in his quest line depending on what you do. There's 3 outcomes here, and Titanite Demon. So I didn't go over here when we first came through here just because I wanted to wait. I wasn't sure if I needed to rescue Sieglind first or not, but I've gone on ahead and checked up on this. So there's 3 different outcomes to this. Essentially, we're going to fight some enemies with Siegmeyer. Now, we can either kill all the enemies before we talk to Siegmeyer. We can, where is Siegmeyer? Actually, he should be here. Unless I missed something. Because essentially, we need to kill all these enemies with Siegmeyer. And, if you kill them all before talking to him, then he'll give you an item and the questline will end. If you fight with him and he has less than half health, he'll die. And if he has more than half health, there will be an extra step to the questline. But it looks like I might need to do some other stuff, so I will try to figure that out. Welcome back to Blighttown. I kind of forgot about this step. Yeah, he's just chilling out over here close to the Great Hollow. I guess he's on his way down to Lost Izalith from Firelink Shrine, which is where we last saw him after Anor Londo. But we'll go on ahead and talk to him here. Hopefully we don't get attacked by leeches.
Oh ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. You see, I'm actually in a bit of a fix. I've made it this far, but I'm short on antidote moss for the trip back. By my knighthood, I'm ashamed to ask, but can you spare a few scraps of moss?
Oh, I forgot about this. I believe we have a few.
Fantastic. Thank you. A saint you are. This Knight of Katarina expresses his deepest gratitude. I shall not forget this. Please, take this, a symbol of my appreciation.
Oh, his shield.
Well, our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn.
Okay, so now that we have done this, he should go over to Lost Izalith. So if you're wondering where my humanity went, I don't have any more Homeward Bones, so I'm using the Dark Sign, which is basically a Homeward Bone, but you have to give up all your souls to use it. So I will meet you guys back in Lost Izalith. Alright, Siegmeyer is now here on the other side, so we'll just head over there to talk to him. There's a few things you can get down here, such as a red Titanite slab. I might show that afterwards. But one thing to mention, do not try to plunge attack these guys, you will die. We're gonna have to kill all, like 4 or 5 of these things, and we need to do it before Siegmeyer reaches below 50% health. And you have to not get your equipment broken. So hopefully this will go well.
Oh, ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. Must be the warmth. Well, what's on your mind? No, don't tell me. Those monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat, you know. I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time has come. Friend, I have an idea. A good one, really. I will rush those dire fiends, and you can slip away in the confusion. Please, friend. I owe you much more than this. By the honor of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you. And now, I go. Don't be slow.
Yep, he'll drop down. We're dropping right in with him. So, here we go. This is a poison swamp, so hopefully I can kill all of these before he falls below half health. Oh, did he get... No! No, Siegmeyer! No! Uh-oh. I didn't realize that there was another one alive. Okay. Is he over half health? That is the question. Are you good, buddy? I didn't see his health bar. I'm a little worried here. Yeah, I see red Titanite chunk off those guys. More red Titanite chunks.
get away, well, you've saved me once again. Dear me, what can I say? I have failed you. My dear little...
Oh no, oh no, I failed! Oh man, there's a final step if you can save him here, but you get the speckled stone plate ring as a reward. And that is the end of Siegmeyer for this playthrough. Unfortunately. And yeah, with that, I'm going to dark sign out of here, lose some more souls. And I'm going to end this part here, and I'll see you guys next time, where we're going to be wrapping up a couple loose ends in the base game, a few quest lines, and accessing the DLC. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.